What's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Will.
Bring, bring.
Hello.
It's your boy Jordy.
And Showtime is here, and he is here to stay.
And you are now tuned into the I'ma Let You Finish podcast, a collection of three blessed, black, and highly favored young men discussing savory topics, the word on the street, and every now and then, our top fives. Now let's get into the podcast.
All right, y'all, look. I got a question for y'all. So, Twitter, that's my I be on Twitter. I used to didn't like Twitter, but I grew some love for it. So now I be rocking with it. So on Twitter, yeah, it was a couple getting married, right? Did y'all see this? And the side piece rolled up at the wedding, cussing out the husband, talking about you wrong, you this, you that, yada yada yada, boom 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 boom. Husband and wife did not turn around. They was like, we is not about to turn around. Daughter said, you not about to up my mama wedding, and thought charging at the girl. Did y'all see that?
I saw it.
What you thought about
I didn't see it. But it sounds like something crazy.
Dog, crazy. It's like crazy. You know what I think about it?
Go ahead.
Side piece was wrong. He shouldn't have showed up like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Wow. What? No.
You believe she's the only person wrong in the whole situation?
No, she's not the only one wrong, but she was wrong.
You said side piece?
It's not your day. It's literally not your day. Like you gotta let the bride have her day. You know what I mean? Maybe like, a couple of days later when they happy into their relationship, you could show up at the apartment, show up the house maybe. But the wedding is not for you to ruin. That's off limits.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Her husband ultimately wrong for getting her involved. For sure, off dump. But side piece was wrong too.
Yeah, that's the two events that's off limits for having any type of drama: the funeral and the wedding. You can't act up on them 2 days if you're the side piece. You got to kind of chill. Even you can come now, but you got to chill.
I feel like that's where the most mess happens, though.
The wedding,
like the most mess
and funerals, bro.
Hey, I never been to no messy funeral. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't want to be at a messy funeral, bro. That's cringe-worthy, man. I've been at funerals where people like acted up because they was grieving, of course, like crying and like falling all down on the floor and rolling around and stuff. But like I've never been at a funeral where they like actually like got into each other's like business, like they was like jabbing at each other. I've never seen that. I'm pretty sure it's somebody's family doing it, but
so listen to this though. So think of people getting married and having lives and stuff like that. What we talked about. So let's say you two young men get married, and y'all have a wife and kids and a family. Could you be a stay-at-home father, stay-at-home dad, the soccer mom? I was about to say soccer dad. Could y'all be that?
No.
Get it out.
Like if I had to be, yeah. But if I didn't have to be, that's so tough. Oh my gosh. I don't think I would want to though.
Why not though?
Because I gotta constantly look after the kids. I can't. But I could be on the game though. I don't know if I want to do that though.
By stay-at-home dad, what exactly do you mean? Like, do you mean like you're strictly stay-at-home? Like me, I do graphic design. Would I be able to do graphic design, just be at home, watch the kids, and cook and stuff like that? Or is it just like, no, you staying at home? Your only task is to clean the house, cook the meals, and look over the kids if y'all got them.
Ask yourself that. You do graphic design. Do you think you can continue to do that and watch a house full of kids and pick them up from school?
Probably not. Probably not.
That's on you.
Oh, okay. So it's more of like a what's going on in my personal life type thing.
Yeah. Do you think you can handle it? Like you be like, let's say you got 3 kids. You pick them. You make sure they get to school. Make sure they get home from school. If they got anything extra outside of school, you make sure they get there. Just typical like a the typical stay-at-home mom that you see on movies that they out to show.
I gotta find me a side hustle or something.
Yeah, you just
Do you have time for a side hustle at that point?
Do what?
why?
I said, do you have time for a side hustle? Because I definitely think I could get maybe like a flyer or something, like a graphic or two in a day, if while the kids at school. But if it's like quarantine type time, they with you 24/7, baby. Ain't nothing, ain't leaving, ain't going to school.
I'm saying like, okay, for instance, one thing that I wanted to get into was like thrifting, and you know what I'm saying, selling clothes and stuff. So I feel like I could do that, you know what I'm saying, and stay in the house.
Yeah, most definitely. Take the kids to Goodwill, take the kids to Salvation Army.
Yeah, I feel like they have fun.
So think about this though. So if you are the stay-at-home dad, that means you wouldn't be the breadwinner. You okay with making less than your wife?
Yeah, most def. I don't see myself as less of a man. You know what I'm saying? Like if we have that agreement or whatever, and that's just what we decided to do, then I feel like that's fine.
What you think, Will?
Okay, so I'm cool with it, okay? But in certain situations, it depends on the person that you are therefore dealing with. Because certain people, they'll take a breadwinner's mindset, sometimes men aren't exactly able to be like, man, I pay for all the stuff in this house. You know what? You get out of my house, this and all that. You can't, if you're a man, you can do it, but not a lot of guys would do that. They would like throw it in the face saying that they're a breadwinner because like in society, that's basically what you're supposed to be as a man. You're supposed to be a breadwinner. But say like your girl is the breadwinner. Some people can therefore like your girl or other people can like kind of throw that back in your face. Me too. I'm not too much worried about other people throwing it back in my face. It would really bother me if my partner threw it back in my face. They'd be like, William, I mean, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you can get out of my house. This is my house. I pay for the bills. I pay for this. I pay for that. William, you can get out the house if you want. Like, if I just slip over to say something stupid, or if I say something and she's in the wrong, now she may, be like, oh, well, I mean, this is my house. Like, I pay for everything. You can get out if you like, So, I mean, I'd be kind of afraid because technically, the clothes on my back in a way, like if you're saying like I don't work at all, the clothes on my back, all that would technically be earned by her. I mean, technically it's a husband and wife thing. We share accounts, but everybody would know who technically wears the pants. So it made therefore switch like gender roles in a way. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them.
So you saying you would still have to be like, you would still feel like you're the man of the house, even if you're not the breadwinner of the house?
Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, because honestly, like being the man isn't all about like I guess making money. It's the attitude that you have with your in your relationship. It's how you protect your family and stuff like that. But I know a lot of guys, a lot of people, place, being the breadwinner in how they see their man fit for their family because they provide for their family. So me, it wouldn't bother me too much. The only thing that would bother me is the attitude that I would get from my partner.
Okay, so you saying like if she wasn't the type to have that type of attitude and stuff, you cool then, like everything.
Yeah, I'm cool with it because I mean it's my. If I gotta play a part, I'm gonna play it. If I love this woman, hey, we rolling with it, baby.
Facts.
Whack.
Oh, why is it whack?
Whack. Yeah, both y'all young brothers whack. Let y'all know now. It's okay though. It's okay that you know what? You know why? Because Big Brother Showtime here to put y'all boys home.
Oh, okay.
You feel?
Okay.
Please put us on, old Big Brother Matt, whatever your name is.
Big Brother Mr. Showtime. We want to be technical. If you do right, Nah, though, for real though. I feel like, okay, this is what I feel like. I feel like from Willoughby's perspective, if you feel like you can do that, and as long as you and your wife got an agreement and everything's going smoothly, nobody's disrespecting nobody on either side, then I feel like it can work finally. Me personally, I'm not saying I would have a problem with that. I would more so have a problem with the first question. I ain't gonna say I have a problem with being a stay-at-home dad, but I would more so would not want to be a stay-at-home dad. But technically, if you're a stay-at-home dad, you can't be the breadwinner because you stay at home, unless you just got some kind of business that's just making hella money for you when you ain't got to be there every day. And more power to you, like if you just got money out there like that. But for the typical households, it's not like that. For the most households, it's not like that. Either once nowadays, both spouses got to bring home money. Like it used to be the husband or wife could bring home money and somebody could be a stay-at-home dad. Nowadays, is to survive in this economy, both people got to be full-time and y'all got to just work it out like that. So technically, I'm not really disagreeing with y'all. I was just joking about me saying that. But I feel like if I had to say yes or no, I wouldn't want to be a stay-at-home dad. That's just I wouldn't want to be one. I would rather go to work and provide.
Okay, I feel that.
Yeah, so that's just me though. So it's a lot of different stuff out there you can go off of, but like that's just me. So speaking of like, so if you have like we're speaking of being a stay-at-home dad, stay-at-home moms, whatever. Speaking of that, and shout out to all the stay-at-home parents out there in the world. Shout out to all the people that's being parents to their kids in the world, period. Whether you stay at home, you working every day, you provide whatever you're doing. If you providing and raising your kids and teaching them the right ways, then more power to you because you doing it. That's love right there. Because a lot of kids out there don't get that, so that's love for you to do that. So just to go from there, speaking of being this about to be a hot topic right here. I feel it. And will it be? I feel like I don't know. I can't predict what you gonna say right now, but I don't know. I feel like this one about to be. Let's just jump into it. So, this is JoJo Z been waiting. He been waiting. So listen, we talked about this earlier a little bit on social media. Who comes first? I'm not sure. If, people you saw it. If you didn't see it, we can break it down quickly so we can jump into it. It was a video clip of a man getting into it with his girlfriend or his wife, and his mama was in the front seat. So the girlfriend or wife wanted to get in the front seat, so they had like a back-to-back altercation about who can get in the front seat, who can't get in the front seat. The son was just trying to get the girlfriend to get in the back seat, but she was like, "No, I'm not getting in the back seat. She need to get out the front." She was like, "You always putting your mama first." So that brings us to the question: who comes first, the wife, the daughter, or your mama? I'm gonna throw this one to you first. Go ahead,
man. See, I think it's circumstantial. Like it's no, sorry, not circumstantial. It's situational because in that video, I believe that the young lady was the wife was saying something like, your mom is always messy or something like this. Whether that's the case or not, I'm not sure. But I think in things like that, you actually kind of have to look at that from like a situational point of view. Like whatever situation happens, you have to deal with it like, I guess, situation by situation, because obviously we're talking about either the wife or the mother getting into altercation, talking about the wife or the daughter getting an altercation, the mother or the daughter, either one we want to look at. I think it depends on sometimes the situation, and she's disrespecting my daughter. I got to give it up. I gotta be like, Mom, you disrespecting my wife. I think I said daughter. Yeah. If the mom is disrespecting my wife, then, if my mom is disrespecting my wife, I therefore have to say, hey, Mom, you're disrespecting my wife. I can't let you have that. And if my wife is disrespecting my mom, I got to be like, hey, yo, babe, you disrespecting my mom right now. That's not cool. Like, so it just really depends on, situational, who's right and who's wrong in the situation. Now, will that fix the attitudes that they may have against each other either way? Hell no. It's not. That's not going to work, because there's always like a little bit of tension between like wives and mothers. I don't know why it's there. It's not always there, but most times there is a tension between like wives and mothers. So I can't speak to that, but I know situationally I could say who's wrong and who's right in the situation. Whoever I think is wrong or right in the situation, I'm gonna go with that. Don't matter, if it's mom or daddy, sister, brother, cousin, whoever wrong, they got to be told what's up.
I respect that. What you think, Jordan?
No, that video was horrible. that video was stupid. First off, that was his wife. And 2, like you could tell that his wife and his mom like had some kind of beef going on. Like there was no reason. I don't know, that whole situation just shouldn't have went down. Now, in my personal opinion, who comes first? I feel like, once I'm married, my wife comes first. And then after that, my daughter. And then after that, my mother. And I actually had a conversation with my mom yesterday on the same topic. I went ahead and asked her, what do you think about this? And she was like, oh yeah, once you get your wife, I come last. Like you supposed to answer to her, treat her as your number one. And I completely agree. Like once we get married, we won. So, you know what I'm saying? You at the head of my life type stuff. Whoever thinks otherwise, you're crazy. And for all those people that say, oh yeah, my mom's staying in the front seat, y'all tripping. And y'all wives not gonna stay with y'all too long after that.
Ooh.
Just saying.
Well, I mean, I honestly feel if they don't have if there was no type of previous, I guess, messing around, and the mom wasn't being actually she wasn't being petty, because in the video I think the mom was being petty. You could see her smiling and stuff like that. But if there was no ill will, come on, you gotta let my mama stay in the front seat. Come on, if I pulled up and my mom's in the front seat and she just chilling, my mom's the nicest lady in the world. Ain't no way I'm gonna let my wife be like, hey yo, get out the front seat and let no, come on, man. She was sitting there before you got there. Just get in the bag. Come on, man. You gonna tell your mama who was already sitting in the front of the car, like she was already sitting there. You gonna tell your mama to get out the car just so your wife can get in the front?
You don't agree with that, Jordan?
I'm saying I'm not finna. Okay, so same situation. I'm not finna if my mom's sitting there and I know my girl is cool with my mom, my girl not even finna say, most likely my girl not even finna say nothing. Like she just gonna get in the back seat just cause she chilling. I shouldn't even have to say something to my mom because they're both cool. Who cares if you sitting in the front or the back? That's one of my bros type stuff, hollering shotgun. Females don't be on no stuff like that. My bad, women. I apologize.
No, but honestly, what if your mom and your wife is cool, but I don't know, your wife just kind of that's what she's feeling. The situation has never presented itself that way. She's just well, I feel like I want to sit up front with my man. I'm feeling some type of affection towards my man right now, and I just want to be next to him. I want to touch on him. I can't do that with me being in the back seat. So I want moms to get in the back seat. How you feel about that?
I'm definitely knowing my mom would be like, okay, baby, and get out the car and get in the back seat. And I would be completely fine with that. Because like I said, my wife comes first.
So if you're going to pick your wife up with your mom in your front and your wife be like, hey, babe, boo, whatever your girl call you, or your wife call you at the time, I want to sit in the front. You gonna be like, hey, mom, you mind getting in the back?
I don't even, in my personal situation, knowing my mom and my girl, my mom is just going to get up and go to the back seat.
Before your girl even asked to sit in the front.
Oh, no, I wouldn't say anything to my mom.
No,
I would kind of just wait.
I'm saying you saying your mom will automatically get in the back seat without your girl even saying anything. She'll just, as soon as when she know you're going to pick your girl up and y'all pull up, you saying your mom will just get out the car and get in the back seat without nobody saying anything to her.
Yeah, that's just how my mom is.
Okay.
Honestly, you can call me a mama's boy, whatever you want to call it. If my mom is sitting in the front seat and my wife is just like, hey, yo, I'm trying to sit in the front seat. I'm like, well, she's sitting in the front seat. Don't be don't be weird, bro. Come on, you starting stuff for no reason. And I think that's when it'll get kind of weird, because then, I know my mom just not going to just sit there and get talked to like that. So then it will be I would honestly take that. I'd take that look and go with my mom, man. I understand that my wife comes first, but you have to acknowledge when your wife may be wrong at that portion and just kind of being a little bit of childish, because kids do that, man. Kids say, "Oh, I want to ride up front with dad." No, come on, man. Just chill. It's not that serious. I understand it's the principle of the thing, but it's really not. To me, it's not that serious.
So you pretty much just called your wife a kid. She said she didn't get herself in the back because she's a kid.
See, that's what you said. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I just said I said that acting that way is childish. Honestly, I'm not calling her the kid. I'm just saying, if you want to go that hard and it's not that serious, like honestly, that's what children do.
So you call it. So if she does that, you calling her a kid then?
Kid like, not a kid. Kid like. That's the attitude. It's kid like. She's not a kid. She's kid like.
Tripping. You do. That's like saying, dog, you're acting hoe like instead of calling her a hoe.
You acting whorish.
Not the same. That's not the same, bro.
So I'm telling you, if you say that to a woman, will she take that? It's not the same. You be like, you acting whorish, so you calling me a hoe.
I think telling somebody they acting childish is way different than telling them they a hoe. Like that's two different things. Y'all know that. Them words ping way different things in women's minds.
So I've called somebody childish. I've called my girl childish before. She definitely took that mud bad.
Yeah. All right, so I didn't really get my opinion on it yet. So I was trying to just fill the room, and I kind of know where each one y'all brother sit at. My opinion, this is just my opinion. When I first seen the video, okay, we talking about overall. Overall, we just speaking overall, who come first? In my opinion, wife, to me. And the reason for that, to me, is because you say your mom is married. She's going to get married and go off with her husband. Your kids are going to grow up and go off who they go off with. You're going to spend the rest of your life with your wife. So to me, your wife comes first, in my opinion. Like, to me, that's just me. Wife comes first. Daughter and mother, it don't really matter, but wife comes first. But the situation thing is also a very big thing when it comes to that, because if it's like life or death situation, the wife and the dad or the husband are both gonna say save the kids first, off done. Like I don't know if I know Will's from New Orleans, so of course he remembers Hurricane Katrina. But it was like a clip. You made me remember this clip, where it was like a clip of a guy back when this happened. He was like walking down the street with his two kids, and he was crying. He was like real dead crying. News reporter walked up to him and said, "Hey man, like, what's going on?" He was just crying. He said, my wife, she died. She fell. She died. He said, news reporter, like, y'all can look it up. He said, what happened? He said, my wife, we was on top of the roof. The house flooded, so we had to climb to the roof, and the roof collapsed. And my wife, I couldn't hold on to her and the kids, so I had to let her go. Damn. Yes, yeah, I'm promising you can go look this up. It's still on YouTube. I looked at it like not too long ago. It's still on YouTube.
Honestly, on that front, like it's kind of hard, like to see like who deserves to live. In that case, it's kind of hard to deny the kids, a long life if you know somebody's lived their life. So I mean that's hard for anybody though. I mean it can go either way to me, but just I guess in the moment it seems more logical to save kids because they haven't lived their life out fully. So
that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah, it's trash though, man. A lot of those situations are hard either way. Like it don't matter who you're losing. Like it's not like it's gonna hurt less either way.
It's horrible. It's honestly horrible. Like, and the only reason I remember this happened, like everyone know how long ago Hurricane Katrina happened. I mean, it seemed like it's long ago, but for a lot of people, it feel like it wasn't so long ago because of how horrible it was to like a lot of people. So, and this happened. So, and seeing that, I literally watched that live on the news with my mom before I went to school one morning, and I remember her sitting there crying as she was watching it, and I'm sitting there like, dog, and I was a kid, and that stuck with me my whole life. Like he said, he was on the roof, and he said his wife, like she was like, let me go, save the kids, and she made like she let him go so he can let her go. Of course, he's trying to save everybody, because that's what like people want to do. People want to be protectors and savers, so he's trying to save the wife, the kids, and himself, but she like, no, we're not gonna be able to do this. So she let herself go to save her husband and her kids. And I feel like in a situation like that, the parents are always going to try to protect the kids first at the end of the day, because parents are like, I don't have kids yet, but parents I feel like are always pick, but like just there's any situation, like it's like human nature, like any kind of nature really. Like I'm not trying to compare people to animals, but it's like even animal nature, like they always there to protect their cub at all the time. They always there to protect him. And I feel like a lot of humans are like that too. Like we are always trying to protect the children first before anything. So I feel like when it comes to something like that, of course the children come first. But to me, wife come first outside of something more serious like that. But just to speak on the situation with the car thing. All right, look, my opinion's gonna be different because I got an opinion on like 3 different opinions on it. Okay, first of all, in my opinion, I don't know if y'all heard in the clip, the girl said, "I'm not getting in the back seat. This is my car."
I heard that too.
How can I tell somebody to get in the back seat of their car?
You think she meant by like my car? You meant like a family car, or you meant like it was her car? Like we could never know. We could just only speculate.
We can never know, but the way she said it, she made it seem like this is my car. You might be right, Will. It might be a family car, but when I heard it, I thought she was saying this my car. Like you go put me in the backseat of my car. That's how I took it. So I was just like, nah, how you go? Like if that's really her car and it's not a joint family car, she can really be like, both of y'all get out and walk.
Ooh, that's tough, but that's true.
Like what could you say to that though? If she could be like, I bet you don't want to let me get in the front seat of my own car, both of y'all get out and walk. How about that?
It's true. I mean, it's not fair.
I feel like that's fair.
That's definitely fair. I mean, if it's her car, it's her car. You can't really say much about that.
Exactly. That's what I think. Go ahead, Jordan.
I feel like he's just a weak individual.
Oh, the guy?
Yeah.
No.
Because like that whole situation was crazy. And the fact that his wife said that we steady having problems like this, like I just got back cool with your mom, yada yada, and then like his mom talking smack out the window.
Yeah.
Like you as a man, you should have been nipped that in the bud. So I feel like he's just a weak dude. I thought the video was fake for a while, but
it might be was fake. I think it was fake, honestly.
Because I don't know, just the way people be recording stuff and like don't be helping the situation. I can't see it as real.
Yeah, but just to add on to that, even though I said that, at the end, I don't think the wife should talk to the mother like that either, like calling her the B word and all that. Like, I can't rock with that. I can't rock with that. No, sir. It ain't even about who comes first. It's just about come on.
Respect.
We're about to respect at that point. Like
respect, man. I respect.
Yeah. Like,
you think like in such there was something else about like I guess like they were like if you like what if you want to like give your mom some money or something like that just out of nowhere, like do you think you should have to consult with your wife? Like things like that. Like
yeah. I see what you're saying. Like it's tough.
Like if your mama hurting and you gotta like either you know help your mom out a little bit or kind of like just keep your money to yourself because you may be having a tough time. Are you helping out your mom or you're not?
I'm gonna help mom.
True.
And what if your wife like no, we can't afford to help moms. We're not gonna help moms out. Like are you listening to your wife or are you helping your mom out from poverty?
This what I'm gonna say, bro. And this is just how my dad taught me and how he taught me to hustle, how he taught me to be a man. So if my mom's needs something from me, you know what I'm saying? She in a situation, like a tough situation. I feel like this woman, one, she carried me in her stomach for a long time, super long time. Then she struggled raising me as a kid. I feel like I owe her something. And like, if my wife say, well, we can't afford that, I'm going to go out and do something. Whatever I'm going to sell something. I'm going to make something shape to where I can please both parties because I feel like that's what a man does. Like, if you got a problem, bro, fix it. I don't know how you about to fix it, but pray about it and fix it and be done with that.
That's real. That's real for sure.
I feel like I agree with that. So like everything you said was point on though, as far as mom carrying you, providing for you, struggling for you. Like it's tough though. Like it's really a tough situation. Like, but like how Will said at the beginning, and when Jordan said like if it's a complete understanding from all points, then everything can go smoothly. In my opinion, like Like my mom is extra cool though. Like my mom don't be. Shout out to my mom. I love you, mama. Shout out to my mom. But yeah, she mama is super cool. She chill. She don't really trip on much. She understanding with like most stuff. And I feel like if a situation like that happened, like where you pulled up in the car, I feel like she'll assist that the girl, my wife, get in the front. She wouldn't even think about it. She's like, nah, girl, if you don't get in the front, yada yada yada, something like that. Like it's not even like that. But like also, if we pull up and like how Will said, my wife just come up and like, she gotta get in the back. I'm gonna be like, oh,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, it's kind of like one of my favorite movies of all time is it's not of all time, but it's one of my favorite black movies. Is Cookout, and just to see the interaction between the moms and the daughter or whatever, you could kind of tell how like some black women or black moms will tell you they don't like mess with you without actually telling you they don't mess with you. And so, like honestly, Megan Good in that movie didn't get it. Like she didn't get that the mom really didn't approve of her. So like it'll be like slick things like that, like that sometimes like your wife may pick up on it, but sometimes like your mom will be disrespecting your wife and like the wife never even know it. Like just in that movie, like she was like telling her to hurry, like go to the store, get this, get that. Like I wouldn't let that happen to my wife. I know it's not a real occurrence. It's a movie, but I just think that's funny. But she was definitely Megan Good was definitely a gold digger in that movie. She was definitely a gold digger. What y'all think about like I guess like not just gold diggers but like people in general like that like especially the people on Twitter that's like they talking about I want this in a person, I want that, I want this, I want that, like but they don't like have nothing to offer. Like in a sense, they may not be like a monetary gold digger, but they may be a person that like wants everything out of a relationship, but they can't exactly like I guess they can't give nothing to the relationship, but they actually want everything out of it. Their standards are high, but they don't have anything to give to it besides maybe I guess sexual experiences. Feel me?
No, Will, I can't let you go with this. I can't. I just can't let you go.
Please don't, Matt. Please don't let him go, bro.
I know Jordan thinking of something, but I gotta say this. I can't let you go with this. Dog, I know this. Jordan probably didn't even hear this, but dog, you literally just said you just said Cookout was one of your favorite movies, right?
It's one of them. It's one of it. I was noting that it was a movie that I like. I won't say favorite movie. That's why I said not. I recanted that. I said maybe not one of my favorite movies.
Okay, so Cookout could be one of your movies that you like to watch, but you said you just hate the wood. Make sense.
What the movie The Wood and the movie The Cookout are two different movies.
Well, we knew that.
Duh.
Movies are personal. If I like to watch a movie and I don't like to watch another movie, that's my business, right? Like that and like so. Like that's a little bit of my business, huh? Like that and like so. I mean,
I'm just trying to understand. Like, how can you say you enjoy the Cookout but you don't enjoy the wood? Like, that's just crazy to me.
Hey, it's personal preference, huh?
That's
where personal opinion and personal preference come from.
I told you he got some personal.
I could think a lot of things that people do is trash, and I don't like it. But at the end of the day, they gotta watch it. I don't, or they gotta deal with it. I don't. Food they gotta eat it. I don't. Like I don't. It is what it is.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever. I caught you. This is the second time I caught you. You should notice to say to my caught you.
No.
What the dude?
No, I'm gonna say it in Spanish. No.
What he say? You know you messed up, right? You know you messed up, right? The first time I caught you was when you did all that hooping and hollering about Malcolm X. Then when I brought up Ali, you was like, I don't really know about Ali. Now it's Cookout, one of my favorite movies. But
that's not even comparable. I don't even know how you're trying to compare those two.
Ali and Malcolm X?
No, we're not talking about that. I'm talking about the Cookout to the what's the movie you're talking about? The Cookout to the Wood. You can't compare those two.
Let's move on because we're gonna be here all day. We're gonna be here all day because I feel like you dancing right now. You tap dancing.
I feel like you're reaching. I feel like you're trying to touch the rum, but you're not touching it. You're trying to dunk it. You thinking you're dunking it, but you're not even touching the rum right now.
Yeah, just listen. You say I'm reaching, but listen. You said you will rather watch Cookout over The Woods. How is that reaching? Like, that's simple. I'm saying it.
It's a movie that I want to watch. If I say if I didn't like The Wood, I didn't like The Wood.
Okay, I just feel like that's trash. That's what I'm saying.
That's cool, but I didn't. You can't say I'm therefore like I guess like I'm being like a hypocrite or something because I said that I don't like The Wood. You can't because it's a personal opinion. Like I said,
Hey, shout out to the late great Gregory.
If the plot of that movie, if the plot of The Wood was the exact same plot of Cookout, then you would have a point.
Shout out to the late great Gregory Hines. Y'all know who that is? Y'all know who that is, right? He's a tap dancer, and that's what Will is doing right now. He's tap dancing. So shout out to Gregory Hines. The Will is in this thing tap dancing.
Yeah, if I'm Gregory Hines, you the Nicholas brothers, because No.
We moving on.
You're Michael Jordan in Space Jam. You really reaching right now.
All right, we're moving on. So yeah, what Will said, when someone comes to the relationship saying they want this, they want that, and you be like, I bet. So what you bringing to the table? And he be like, or she be like, my sex game crazy.
Oh gosh. God. Those type of people are constantly on Twitter, bro. If he don't match my level of freakiness or some we can't be together, stuff like that, I'll be like, okay, I guess.
Yeah. How I feel about that though is like, all right, so what I feel like I would want in a relationship is not what everyone wants in a relationship, and that's just life. Everybody got what they want. They pick and choose it. Just like we'll prefer the Cookout over The Woods. Everybody got what they like. So what I'm saying is that if you get into a relationship and you going into one with somebody and they giving you all these standards of what they want, and you be like, okay, what you bring to the table? She not bringing anything to that. I'm speaking from the male's perspective. I'm not saying it doesn't happen with women, because of course it does. So I feel like if you come into a relationship like that, and you just gotta know who you get into a relationship with. So if I'm not gonna pursue a woman and she coming at me with stuff like that, and I know even if I can provide that, and I look at her, but she's not giving anything back, then that's just not the woman I'm gonna pursue. I'm gonna cut it short before it gets any further, before I feel like it's something I want to get into. And I've done that before. Like, I try to talk to a girl, whatever, and then once I'm trying to be diving there, I'm doing this, doing that, trying to be smooth, whatever. And I'll be like, dog, is she gonna do something for me? Like, is she gonna offer something? And I'll be like, after a while, I'm not gonna say after a while, after I peek that, and I'll be like, dog, she really not offering anything. Like, she just really offered me somebody to text and hang out with, but outside of that, she's not offering anything. Like, that's not something that I'm gonna get out. I'm not gonna continue to pursue that and try to force her to be different. I'm gonna go find what fits me, and instead of trying to force what I like on somebody else. I'm gonna go find what I like. So
okay, I like that.
Yeah. So that's honestly what I feel about it. Like, just so if you trying to pursue somebody that you feel like not bringing anything to the table, which I feel like it's not right. Especially if you expecting somebody to bring so much to the table, and you're not bringing anything but a conversation, like, I feel like you should reassess yourself at the end of the day.
I feel that basically, like, when you are a person that has nothing to offer in a relationship, then you shouldn't actually be looking for a relationship. I know there are plenty of people in this world that honestly know they don't have anything to offer, so they don't actually look for relationships. They try to, I guess, like, find some things that they could offer to a person, or possibly like build themselves up, because they know they're not complete as a person. And if you're not complete as a person, you don't love yourself, then you can't offer any love to anybody else. You feel me? And one of my pet peeves is when I'm scrolling through Twitter is Doesn't matter if you are a man. Doesn't matter if you're a woman. Is seeing people that say, "I deserve this in a man. I deserve a good man that does this and does this and does that, and has all these qualifications." And I honestly don't feel that. I don't feel like anybody deserves a specific person. Like, if you're saying you're willing to say that I deserve a specific person that has these qualities, then you'll say, "Oh, I deserve that person over there." And I don't think anybody deserves anybody in a relationship. We don't deserve relationships just because we feel like we're good people, or we feel like we just want it. That's literally distorting the definition of deserve. I don't actually feel like anybody just deserves anybody, just because you're single and you want a relationship, you don't deserve a relationship. Feel me? So some people are single for reasons. So
True.
If you have a set of expectations, you have a set of standards, don't let those standards be only one-sided. If you have standards that you want for a person, you have to be interesting. You have to be willing to offer something other than, like Matt said, sex. Because sex is it's a constant in a relationship. It's not like something that is like it may be a make or break for some people, but in terms of a relationship and whether it's going to go far, that doesn't keep it like from like crumbling down. For some people it does.
I was going to say, I disagree with that, my brother.
It's superficial though. At the end of the day, it's superficial.
It is.
You're not going to get married to somebody off of their sex game. You feel me? Why would you? I would. You know what? Maybe I'm saying that's personal for me. I wouldn't want to get married off of that alone. If they're a trash person, but they just are good at sex.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. You have that alone.
You said you wouldn't want to get married off what alone?
Off of somebody that has sexual, that has a good amount of sexual experience and is able to satisfy me and pleasure me. Like just on that alone, I'm not taking that to marry you. That's not that. I have to see more. Like, I need more. I need to know that you're going to provide for your family in the ways that you need to provide for your family. I need to know that you're going to hold me down in situations when things aren't exactly the best, for during sickness and health, Yeah, I need to know. So I feel like if you're coming with just the promise of sex or the promise of you may be loyal in sex, those are two things that won't sell it for me, at least. So I feel like you got to bring some more to the table.
I agree with both of you, young man. I personally feel like I don't look for what am I trying to say? So I feel like definitely if you're asking for somebody else to bring something to the table, you need to bring something to the table as well. When y'all say bring something to the table, though, what are y'all talking about? Like a money, love.
Personally,
go ahead, Will.
Personally, you can't bring love to a relationship because you don't know if you're going to be in love with somebody. I think money is superficial. I'm talking about qualities such as you care, you have the you have the capacity to care for someone. You have empathy. You are a kind person. You can take care of a man. By take care of a man, I mean you can support them, emotionally. Like if somebody's having problems, you're able to listen. You can not insert yourself into that when somebody else is having problems. Just like things like that. That's what I look at. You're intelligent, things like that. You're able to have a good conversation. I don't get bored around you. Things like that. That's what I mean. Okay. It may look different for somebody else. It may look like, money for somebody else. Or it may look like the capacity to be able to love somebody. I don't know. But
okay. So you mean just somebody being genuine and being a all around good person.
Yeah, well, just qualities. Because some people are honestly just trash. The most trash people want the most in a relationship. The people that are just trash and toxic. that like you being toxic is not, it's not a trait. Like that's not a good trait that I want, you know? So that's not something to offer. So if you have nothing to offer and you're just all about being toxic, you're all about taking somebody down, that's saying that you don't have anything to offer in a relationship, you know?
Okay. That's definitely a red flag. Definitely
For
a red
sure.
flag.
For sure. That's definitely a red flag.
Speaking of red flags, because a lot of times people are worried about seeing red flags when they see someone. That's the red flag to get away or red flag to stop talking to someone. But people hardly don't mention like what are green flags to them, like in a relationship. Like what do you consider a green flag in your opinion, Jordan, in a relationship?
Green flags. I never thought of that. Like,
Everything. Because I don't think about green flags. Green flag. Let me see. She says she's leaving church. That's a green flag. Left a decent tip at the table. That's a green flag. Respectful to my family. That's a green flag. Has a good taste in gifts. That's a green flag. For all my brothers out there that game, she buy you a PS5. That's a green flag. Yeah, those are my green flags. But Will, what does a green flag mean to you?
I think my number one green flag, and this is, I actually recognize this, like, honestly, off like maybe the first like couple weeks that I talked to somebody. And this is big for me. Comfortability is one of the biggest things for me. Like if I'm able to be myself, if I'm able to be comfortable around you without you kind of objecting or rejecting, like, you know how like when people when they donate like lungs or donate a heart and and the body rejects it and they can't, they can't put that heart into the body. I don't like somebody rejecting my personality, or somebody like rejecting kind of like, like my weirdness. I'm a little weird sometimes. So like, I kind of like somebody to share that and be comfortable with that. That's a really big green flag for me. I think just like you said, somebody that gets along with my family, my mother, my father, my brothers and my sister. That's a big one for me. Someone that, and this is a little one. It's the little things sometimes. Somebody that asks me if I ate today. Ooh. That's a big. Did you eat today? Because that shows that you really care about somebody. Did you make it home? Tell me when you made it home safe. Little stuff like that. It just shows that you care. Like little instances of empathy that you're able to honestly, like, relate to me, the things that I'm going through without kind of like inserting yourself into it. Like those are green flags. And instances of loyalty, I'll say that. I'll be the last one. Instances of loyalty are things that are like green flags to me. But yeah, I like all very, abstract things, but comfortability is definitely a big one for me. I gotta be comfortable in a relationship. What about you, Matt? What are your green flags and what are the green flags that I'll say we'll switch the question up for you because you're in a relationship now. So what were the green flags in your relationship that you experienced that made you know that, I really love this woman. This is who I'm gonna be with,
Okay, first of all, we're not gonna make this podcast about my relationship status. Let's get that out the way.
It's a part of you, bro.
What is a part of you?
I feel like every episode is coming up now. It's being too. It's like a recurring theme. Like, what's going on here? Like, are we Michelle and Barack? If we are, let me know so I can start getting ready for my campaign. I mean, if Kanye can do it, I feel like I can do it. So yeah, let's let me know. Second of all,
for a dude that denounced Kanye, you talk about Kanye a lot. To say you denounce somebody, if I denounce the fraternity that I now am a part of, I wouldn't be talking about that fraternity all day long. It's gonna make it seem like I miss it or something,
You're lying because people that denounce, the first thing they do is go to Twitter and make videos.
I'm saying I wouldn't do it. That shows people that do that shows that they're either one, they denounce for the wrong reasons, or two, they haven't gotten over actually doing what they did, and they kind of maybe like they're regretting it a little bit. Because honestly, if that was your thing, that's between you and God. If, especially if a lot of people say they denounce fraternities or sororities because of a lack of relationship between them and God. I feel like it was getting in between the relationship between them and God. If that's the case, then the reason that you denounce is between you and God. You don't have to, spread that to the world, because honestly, it makes it seem like you're still worried about the fraternity, or the sorority that you're in.
Facts. Shout out to all the D9 fraternities and sororities out there. We got love for all y'all, all 9 of y'all. Well, me, I can't speak for everybody, but me for sure.
Yeah, I got love for them too.
Yeah. But listen, green flag for me, just overall, green flag for me, if okay, cool. So one big thing for me, like me, I have an opinion on a lot of stuff. So for me, if I'm going to be in a relationship with somebody, I need to be able to talk to you about certain stuff. And I'm not saying like just some random stuff, like, because I know I can be weird at times, and I say it like, I'm really weird. Like I will say it, like I feel the same, because I be feeling like I be thinking of some stuff that when I tell people, they be like, "Oh yeah, all right, yeah." And in my mind, I'm thinking like, "Yeah, this does sound kind of out there," but in my mind, it makes all of sense. And I used to be thinking stuff like that all the time, like once. This is an example. One time I was watching the Lakers play. No, not the Lakers. It was Cleveland playing, and LeBron was this when he was on the Cleveland team. It was a while back, like 2017. Dog, I was looking at LeBron. I was like, dog, LeBron, real deal. Like, he like one of the biggest celebrities in the world. Like, just imagine what kind of stuff he controls behind the scene off the basketball court. Like, he probably can like make stuff happen that people would think was a coincidence, and he probably was pulling the strings on that, like stuff that happened in the NBA. He probably makes certain players go to certain teams, or certain refs ref certain games, or certain coaches get hired. Like he probably got so much pull in the NBA, and people just don't know about it because they think of him just as a basketball player. And he might got a lot of pull in politics, in businesses in LA, and people just look at him like a regular hooper. But like stuff like that, I be saying stuff like that, and like Will brought up my girl, she like have a conversation, random conversation too. We'll sit up talking about some random stuff, and before you know it, an hour gone by, 2 hours gone by, we just talking, not even on our phones, not even watching TV. We just sitting there talking about random stuff. So that's a green flag for me. Somebody that I can hold a conversation with and bounce ideas off of. Somebody that's that can encourage you. Somebody that's not gonna be a negative Nancy. That's a green flag. Like if you come to them with a idea or something you want to do within your life. Like let's say Will, I know you don't have a girl, but let's say you got a girl, and you be like, hey, I know I'm over here where I'm at. I'm not in America. I'm not in the States, but I feel like I want to start a podcast with 2 of my bros. And the first thing she be like, you can't do that because you're not even in America. How you gonna do that? Like you'll be like, all right.
Yep, that's dead.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pack it up. Pack it up.
We need to go ahead and end this.
Stuff like that, like just being like that's easy to say. Why not give, if you think he can't do it, why not give him ideas of why he can do it instead of why he can't do it? Why won't you be like, well, let me look into some stuff that you can do that will help you get this idea off the ground. Or let me see what I can do. Let me see if I need to get you a mic or some podcast equipment or anything like something like that to get this off the ground for you instead of just shooting it down as soon as you bring it to me. Like that's a green flag for me. Somebody that's instead of telling you what they can't do, telling you what they can do. And somebody you feel like you can depend on. Like if I'm not saying you got to be a people beck and call, but like if they ask you, can you do something for them, and you're willing to be there for them and help them, and not only for somebody to be there for you, the person you're doing it for to be appreciative of what you're doing for them. So somebody that shows appreciation to you, that's a green flag for me. Like little stuff within life that people don't even think about are green flags to me. To me, looks are cool, but in my opinion, looks are what gets my attention, but your personality is decide what if I like you or not. So you could be the most beautiful woman in the world, and that's gonna get my attention. Like if you real deal beautiful, I'm not gonna lie and be like looks don't matter, because that's gonna get my attention. But once I approach you and once you get to talking and I realize your personality is whack, I'll never fall for you. Like it'll never get that far for me, because that's gonna decide if I like you or not. I can find you attractive any day of the week, but for me to actually like somebody, I gotta actually get to know you and talk to you and find your ins and outs and find out the green flags within your life that I like for me to decide if I like you or not. So yeah, that's just some green flags that I got, dog. And like Will said, like I am in a relationship, and my girl did show a lot of green flags, and that's why we here today where we are now, because they wasn't no for the moment green flags. They instilled and they still being shown today.
And okay.
Kept me around. So yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. You came for the beauty, but you stayed for the personality.
Yeah,
that's
a quote.
That's real. That's real, huh?
Shirt, boy.
So you got to put that on the shirt or something. That's a quote.
For real. Because I honestly, everything you're saying is real. I think I forgot to kind of. I like to talk a lot. Y'all know that. So, like, honestly, I think that it was really cool that you said it's somebody that you can have conversations with and it not be like a weird thing. Like, if you say something, they're just like turned off. Like, they're just like, what you talking about? Like, that kind of halts the mood of a conversation when somebody just like doesn't get what you're saying. Like, just like it's totally just like they can't like move outside of the parameters of what they're used to or what their normal what their normal is, to like try to go out of their box and understand you. Because some people will do that and some people won't. Some people will be like, hey, tell me about that. Like, I don't understand what you're talking about, but hey, let me know more about it. I like what you're saying. Like, just let me hear more about it. Some people may not actually be interested, but because they like you and they want to get to know you, they'll kind of listen for a little bit to, just understand what type of person you are. You feel me? So yeah, that's definitely a big green flag for me, for sure.
To add on to that, just lastly, before we go ahead and close this up, to add on to that, find a person. Just my advice to people out there, because it just, like I said, sometimes I just think of random stuff as I'm doing, watching TV or something. Find a person that fits your personality. So like, I always see like the meme of the guy that was in high school that was a nerd and girls was blowing off. Now he grew up and he became a businessman, yada yada yada, and the girl trying to chase him down now. Like that's the one. I guess that's the go-to meme for guys to get back at girls. I don't know. I guess their whole life is about getting back at girls. I don't know. But it makes no sense to me. But my thing is, for that guy that thinks that he's the nerd or he doesn't fit in with that type of girl, why pursue a girl that doesn't match you? That's my opinion. Like, I'm pretty sure it's quote unquote nerdy girls that will match you when you were in high school, but you pursuing a girl that has a different type of taste. So you can't get upset at her for not liking you because you're not her type, because everybody has their own type. So when I say this, I'm saying like just think about it like a guy that's kind of hoodish. I'm honestly not saying this in a bad way. Honestly, like I said, I'm from the hood, so I'm literally not saying this in a bad way. And I'm just saying like a guy that's like hoodish. So if that's your type of guys, then that's good. That's your type of guys. So if you're not that type of guy to a girl, why are you getting upset with her for not liking you? Because you're just not her type. So my thing is, pursue the people that likes what you are, instead of trying to change yourself to be what she likes or he likes. For women too, instead of trying to change yourself and be what they like, be who you are and pursue the people, and you'll attract the people that what you are as yourself, instead of trying to change your ways up, then getting upset when somebody because they don't like you, and you mad at them because they don't like you because you're not their type. How you gonna get mad at them because you like on their type? Like me, like if I be like, I don't really like pretty girls, nothing wrong with them. I mean, I'm just giving an example. I'm not saying I don't. I'm just saying if I would say that, I'm like, I don't really like real pretty girls. That's just not me. How can a pretty girl get upset because I don't like them? That's just my type. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm not saying they mean girls or bad girls. I'm just saying that's my opinion. And I feel like you shouldn't get mad at somebody for saying that. That's just my preference.
For sure. Yeah. Alternatively, I think when you actually do look for somebody that complements you and complements your personality, the less changing you feel like you have to do like to them. Like, cause some people they take people on as a project. I know some women that do this. Not anything against women. I know this because it's gonna be miscued. Anything can be miscued, but some women take on bad boys or something like that, so-called bad boys, because they feel like they can change them. You know, they feel like they're bad boys, but I feel like I can change him. He'll be different from me. Uh, that's not always the case, and most times that's not going to be the case. You're not going to be able to change someone. So what you're going to do, what you're going to need to do, is most times get with somebody that actually fits your personality, actually likes the person that you are. Because when you get with people that don't actually like you, you're sitting there trying to fight for their approval. You're sitting there trying to fight for other things that actually, like, you wouldn't have to worry about if you just got with somebody that complements your personality and complements the person that you actually are. Well, we've come to an ending point, and I'm going to let you finish podcast. And we can't leave this place without letting you guys know what we learned today and what are the things that we, have kind of been learning as we've been talking about these different themes that we've been going over today. So I'm going to let Matt go first. What is the thing that you feel like you learned today?
All right. So, in my opinion, well, it's not my opinion, it's my fact. So what I think so what I think I learned today is that, like, I might have to rethink the idea of being a stay-at-home dad or not being a breadwinner in my household. Like to me now, I feel like that's not something I just could do. Honestly, I'm being completely honest. Being a stay-at-home dad, that's not, and I don't look down on dads that do it. Like I said, shout out to the dads that do it. Like when I was growing up in high school, it's a lot of stay-at-home dads that were not my dad that made sure I got the basketball practice. They gave me rides to schools. They gave me rides home from basketball games. That looked out for me. And shout out to them, like, because they really looked out for me, and they were stay-at-home dads. So, and I'm not saying I look down on, but I just never looked at myself as being one. But that may be something I may have to revisit and touch on within myself to see why is that. Like if it came down to could I do it, or it's just a complete no. Like I don't know. So that's just something I want to think about within myself and see if it may be a different alternative, or I'm just stuck on being no. I won't be no stay-at-home dad, and no. I won't be cool. My wife making more money than me in my household. So yeah. So my learning today is self-evaluation of myself.
That boy said self-evaluation.
Self-evaluation. Hey, that's a word right there. Introspection and self-evaluation. I think you got to do that all the time. Jordy, what did you learn today, bro?
What did I learn? Okay. I feel like I'm the type of guy who always looks at red flags. First thing I look at is, well, like, what's wrong with this person? And I feel like I need to look at it from a positive aspect. Like, what green flag does this person have? Like, just to look at it from like a better understanding, and just to be more mature in the situation. Like, what good are they doing? Because it's not focused on all the bad. So yeah, that is what I learned. Webster Will.
Please don't call me that, bro. My name is not Webster. That is not Webster is not before any title that I have, my brother. But I mean, hey, that's up to you. Please don't call me that though. So when we talk about what I think I learned today, personally, I never really thought about, like, I know the idea of being a stay-at-home dad. I know the idea of being a stay-at-home mom, but I never actually thought about it. Like me, myself being in that position, never thought about it myself, like, at all. And I thought about, like, just all that you would have to give up, the dreams that you have for yourself. Like if you may want to do something, like you have, honestly, like stay-at-home dads and stay-at-home moms, they sacrifice a lot so that their family can thrive. And that's really admirable. So I never thought about how hard that could be possibly. And when Matt said like green flags, I was like, green flags? Like I constantly talk to my friends about the red flags that I may see in my dating life or the people I talk to, or the red flags that I could see in the people that they may be dating, honestly. And I never really thought about what my green flags could be about people. So it kind of helped me, I guess, refine what my type is, or what I should be looking for in a relationship. Should I get into one? So yes, that's what I learned today, and I think today was very valuable in terms of things that we really just needed to think about. A lot of things are things that are we think about it on the surface, but we never like actually delve into it. But for sure, this has been I'ma Let You Finish podcast. We encourage you guys to follow our social media. It is I'ma Let You Finish podcast on Instagram, and on Twitter is ILYF podcast. ILYF podcast on Twitter, and at I'ma Let You Finish podcast on Instagram. We want to thank you all because you all are amazing. Y'all support us. You're our audience. We really just want to give it up. We want to thank you all for supporting us. And just all this content we be dropping, we're going to drop some more, honestly, so y'all can really enjoy it. We know y'all been enjoying it already. So this has been I'ma Let You Finish podcast. As always, I'm your main man, Will.
I'm on the ones and twos. I ain't no DJ, but I'm still on the ones and twos. Jordy out.
Good night, goodbye, and good luck. Showtime signing out.
And we